Welcome to St. George, Utah. In this adventure, we see some fantastic scenery. We find some unique desert species, and we have some surprise encounters. So come with us on this journey and let's see what birds we can find.
Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know.
Welcome to Snow Canyon State Park. This is my first time ever being here. I don't think I've ever been here in my life. Might be wrong, maybe I came here when I was a kid, but this place looks absolutely incredible. A hidden gem. I can't believe I've never visited this spot. I've just ignored it, but now we're finally here. We have two targets today, Crystal Thrasher and Rufous-capped Sparrow. Neither of these birds have been seen recently, and both of these are a long shot. I thought I saw Crystal Thrasher when I was driving in, but we could not pull over and I did not have my camera ready. So without further ado, let's explore this Utah desert and see what birds we can find today. No sign of our targets yet, but we did pick up some white-crowned sparrows to start off our day. And the views out here are absolutely incredible. Utah is a beautiful, beautiful state with some incredible areas, but a lot of people don't know about Snow Canyon. And honestly, you ought to know about Snow Canyon. This place is gorgeous. You have these stunning red rock views all the way around us. Kind of looks like Zion National Park, to be honest. It's honestly a hidden gem in the state, and I don't think most people know about it. So we've made it quite a ways down this trail so far. Probably like half a mile, but no birds. It's pretty dead. It's also because the trail is absolutely packed with bikers, people walking, running, etc. So not a ton of action so far as birds go. Just the white-crowned sparrows still on camera. In fact, I haven't seen any other living thing in this whole landscape so far. Typically, when you have to work for something, you end up getting something big at the end, at least in my experience. I think back to the great gray owl experience where we worked for like 3 days to find something, to find that owl specifically, and then boom, there it was. So you never know what you're gonna find with birding, and I kind of feel like we're gonna see at least a couple more birds today. Haven't seen any birds today really, except for the white-crowned sparrows, but we did get a sweet new hat. I've made it kind of a tradition, if I go somewhere and I go birding and they have these hats available, then obviously I consider them, and if they have the location on the back of the hat, then it's a no-brainer, just so I can remember the spot. And I wear hats pretty much every single day. So new hat, quail hat on the list for the day. Not as good as actual birds on camera, but I'm heading back solo. I walked down here with my family, left them at the visitor center. Now I'm gonna go back to the car, come pick them up, which means that we can cover more ground, be a little bit more quiet, and see if we can find some birds. Well, it's not completely dead out here. We picked up some type of lizard species. Species will be up on the screen if I have it identified by that time. So at least we found that. So the curve-billed thrasher likes this dense mesquite desert wash vegetation. It's not a big fan if I pan over this way to the open desert side of things. It much prefers to be in this dense, thick vegetation, which means if they're out here, they're gonna be really difficult to find, and they're not calling, obviously. So we have to get really lucky to see one. I guess right now would be a good time to tell you that first bird of the day was a greater roadrunner. I went on a walk earlier this morning, and I filmed it with my phone. It's not the best views. Hopefully we see another one that I can get for you guys on this camera, but at least it's a bird. You know, today and fall birding in general has just been really difficult, but we have a couple more days here, so I expect we will find some pretty cool stuff in the next 2 days. I'm reaching the end of the trail to pick back up the car and drive it down back to the visitor center. Picked up a Woodhouse's scrub jay. Very beautiful bird, bright blue, extremely intelligent creatures as well. Again, we still have a couple more hours here at Snow Canyon, and I'm not sure what I'm doing the next 2 days. Hoping something's going to be reported that I haven't seen before or that I need for my Utah list. At the moment, nothing has been reported in the last 7 days that I haven't seen in the state of Utah. There wasn't really anything for me to go looking for. I'm here right now because this time of year last year, there was Rufous-crowned sparrows and, of course, the Crystal Thrashers. But we haven't had luck with those today. Might come back and try tomorrow, come earlier, but I'll keep you updated. We're still gonna see some amazing birds this trip, so stick with me. There's more to come. Back at the visitor center, we sat and watched the hummingbird feeder for a few minutes. Anna's hummingbirds primarily live in the southwestern United States and in Utah. I only get to see them when I'm in St. George. This bird has rapidly expanded its range thanks to introduced plant species and a network of backyard hummingbird feeders. We glimpsed a red-tailed hawk up on a cliffside and got more views of white-crowned sparrows. These birds definitely signal the end of the warmer months for me, and they arrive in the fall, kicking off my favorite time of year. We ended the day at Snow Canyon, hoping for more birds the next morning. Good morning, everybody. A rainy day down in St. George, a rare rainy day at that. It's good. We need the rain. But I'm here at Tonakee Nature Center, one of my favorite spots in St. George to go birding. After yesterday, I figured we'd want a place that had a guaranteed good amount of birds. First bird of the day, Abert's towhee. This is a bird that you can really only get on the southern edge of Utah, at least in my state. So really happy to get that bird and see that bird today. Also picked up a yellow-rumped warbler, a little bit backlit by the cloudy sky, but that's okay. And then a surprising ring-necked duck. Haven't seen one of these in quite a long time. So good to see that duck species once again. Just realized I left my mic receiver in the car. So I gotta head all the way back to my vehicle, not too far away. Pick that up and then we'll be back in Tonakee and see what birds we can find. We have like this gap right now where there's no rain. I don't know how long that's going to last though. So fingers crossed we can see some good species today. And yeah, I'll be back with you in a minute. We have a couple more birds on camera. We have an orange-crowned warbler. Warblers are typically difficult for me to get on camera, so anytime I get one, it's a treat. Orange-crowned warbler. And then we have a juvenile turkey vulture. It was up here drying its wings, and it's still sitting up here above the water. A lot of people would confuse that for a black vulture, but you got to pay attention to just the structural differences between the black vulture and a juvenile turkey vulture before they get that pink head. There's quite a few birds around this water area, so I'm going to pick through them. There's been a lot of rare warblers coming through Utah lately, and I would love to find one today. So we're going to stick around here, see if we can find anything interesting, and I'll keep you updated. As I surveyed the scene around me, I quickly noticed an Anna's hummingbird high in a tree. Despite the bad lighting, its pink gorget still shined through the darkness, kind of like a precious gem in a cave. A pied-billed grebe cut through the calm surface of the green water. Pied-billed grebes are the most widely distributed grebe species in the entire world, covering multiple continents. Again, I got great views of a white-crowned sparrow. It was impossible not to film this bird, seeing how fearless and close it came to me. A cottontail sat silently just off the path before it darted away, sensing my presence close behind. There's a lot of yellow-rumped warblers around and orange-crowned warblers, like I mentioned. Not finding anything out of the ordinary, but that's like picking a needle out of a haystack. I'm really trying to bring my birding skills to the next level because I feel like I keep going to these places. The day or two after I'm there, people are finding really interesting things. Now it's very possible the bird moved in and I just got unlucky and I wasn't there when it was there, but I would like to be able to pick out interesting calls and stuff, so really trying to improve that. Did pick up, however, a Southern Utah staple black phoebe, so new bird on our list for today. Beautiful, beautiful bird, white underneath, black on top. Very charismatic bird as well. We're gonna cross the Rainbow Bridge right over here and see what birds we can find on the other side. My favorite duck is here, the wood duck. Now they frequent this park quite frequently, but in the morning I didn't see them. So just a rule of thumb for you guys, if there's a species that you're expecting to see, check back in every couple of hours. They may have flown in or they've come out from wherever they've been hiding and they might be there later. So pretty awesome to see that bird as well. I love myself some wood ducks. Just got a Buick's wren on camera, another bird. I mean, you can find it in other places around Utah, but definitely at Tonakee, they're kind of here in abundance. So new bird for today. Also a really cool one and charismatic bird as well. I think we're gonna wrap things up here at Tonakee Park and maybe stop at one more place just to get in a couple more hours of birding, and then I will see you guys the next day. This is a 3-day adventure, 3 different stops, hopefully a lot more birds to come. I did one last scan of the pond at Tonakee and was glad I did, because I spotted a belted kingfisher preening itself on a nearby branch. This bird will sometimes only migrate if water freezes completely over. If the water isn't frozen, you can find these birds throughout the winter, year-round. I'm at this tiny neighborhood park and it's packed full of bird life. For example, we got a Bewick's wren, just amazing views of a Bewick's wren just right over here on the trail. And then right after that, a white-crowned sparrow popped out as well. Really, really good views of that bird. And then as we continue down this trail, there's this patch of sunflowers right behind me here. And we got some lesser goldfinches hanging out in there. And beautiful birds, lesser goldfinches. And then right after that, and right below those lesser goldfinches was a verdin, another southern southwest bird. And you can really only get them in Utah in St. George in the southern parts of the state. So absolutely incredible. Some amazing birds picked up here and got on camera. We're looking for Gambel's quail. I haven't seen them this year and I would love to see that beautiful quail species once again. 10 were spotted here last week. Let's see if we can find them. Just had a really cool encounter with a bird. I was looking at this mourning dove because I'm checking all the doves to see if I'm finding any white-winged doves, and turns out that there was a Cooper's hawk watching me up above. So Cooper's hawk on camera, you can tell it's a Cooper's hawk because it's got that dark cap and not the dark continuous hood that goes down the back like a sharp-shinned hawk. Dark cap on the Cooper's hawk. We're wrapping things up for today. I think I've done some really, really good birding today despite the rain. And we have one more day tomorrow, so can't complain. I'll be monitoring eBird to see if anything I need for my Utah state list pops up, or even better, a lifer, but so far nothing has come through. I'll see you guys tomorrow for one more adventure.
Then a flare into a weapon. She then turned and raised the gun toward...
It's the last day of our trip here in St. George, and honestly, I'm really sad about it. The awesome thing is we have one more morning to go birding. Absolutely love that. So we're here at Sullivan Virgin River Park. It's this nice long trail, recently flooded by the rains that they've been having, and there's mud everywhere, but we've already seen some awesome birds. To start off the day, new bird on camera for this trip, northern mockingbird. This is a really awesome bird. It makes some incredible noises, sounds like a car alarm. And then lastly, picked up an orange-crowned warbler. We're getting a lot of orange-crowned warblers on camera this trip, which I love because normally we don't get warblers on camera very often. So let's head down this trail and see what exciting things await us. We picked up a canyon wren on camera, really unique species. As its name suggests, it likes to hang out in canyon, rocky type areas, which I think this trail qualifies, as you can see. So really cool bird to get on camera. Let's see what else we can find. I just heard a Gambel's quail, which is one of the targets for my trip down here. Haven't seen one this year. Still haven't seen one this year, but me personally, I always count things that I hear because it's just as much there as the birds that you can see. And in some cases, it's a lot more accurate. So we have a little bit more to go down on this trail, and then we will head back. And it's just been an amazing morning. Up on the cliffside, I spotted the canyon wren's cousin, a rock wren, whistling away from the cliff's edge. A little further, a verdin gave off amazing views. Verdins are the only members of the Remizidae family in the Americas, with its close relatives residing in Southeast Asia and Africa. Inanna's hummingbirds search for food amongst the brambly bushes. On a nearby branch, an Abird's towhee hopped around. These birds can only be found in the southern part of Utah, making them a real treat to observe whenever I'm in the area. So sometimes when I'm out birding, I have a schedule where I post shorts on Instagram and TikTok. If you haven't followed me over there, it's at Bright-Eyed Birding. But sometimes that means I'm looking down at my phone. So of course, in one split second when I was uploading just a video, a fox-like creature ran across the road. It was a little bit grayer than I guess red foxes can be a little bit gray too. But it wasn't a coyote because it was super low to the ground. It's unfortunate. I went looking for it, never popped back out, obviously. And because I had my eyes down for just literally 2 minutes, I missed a wildlife encounter. But that's the nature of what I do. get off your phones and be immersed in nature unless you make content, and then sometimes it's inevitable that it's going to happen. But we're on our way back now. Got much better shots of orange-crowned warbler. We're really getting to know that bird during this trip and having really, really good views of behavior. It's been a lot of fun to be up close and personal with an orange-crowned warbler. Now, my worst nightmare is taking place. My camera's almost dead. So I'm gonna conserve the battery, just use the binoculars until we get back to the car. I have a spare battery there. I just don't want to not be able to document something if something rare or interesting shows up. So we will keep the camera off for now and just hope that we get to document something cool. But yeah, this has been an awesome trip down to southern Utah. So many unique birds that I don't get to see on the daily. So sometimes it's fun to step away from home and just be in a whole new world. That's gonna do it for St. George. I got the baby right now and we're heading home. All good things come to an end, but that's okay, because if they didn't, we wouldn't be able to start them all up again. Stay tuned, because soon we're gonna be having some amazing end of the year videos, including some end of the year recap videos that are some of y'all's favorites, so make sure you subscribe. Also, we have some California adventures coming up that are going to be absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you all next time on Bright-Eyed Birding.